What is your view then? Should Islamic State fighters be, or suspected ISIS fighters be tried locally, or should they be brought home to be tried in the countries where they were born, where they hold nationality?
It depends, if they are in a country like Iraq, if they are arrested in Iraq, so the Iraqi government can claim the responsibility for judging them. But if they are caught, for instance, in Kurdistan, Syria, then there is no state, so they should theoretically be judged in France. But the problem is that nobody wants these jihadists, neither France, nor Germany, nor Great Britain, nor the others. So everyone tries to get rid of them. And one way is to send them to Iraq so that the Iraqi government will judge them. And that seems to have happened today. That means between 13 or 14, depending on the news, French jihadists were sent to Iraq so that they could be judged by them rather than being sent to France.
Well, that would be very convenient for European countries, wouldn't it? Which, as you say, are very reluctant to take back these suspected jihadists. Do you think that there's been some sort of deal done behind the scenes where France, other countries, have said to Iraq, look, you take them and you deal with it?
Obviously, there has been a deal because otherwise, everybody knows that the Iraqi judiciary system is not beyond reproach. And it's not a democratic country in the same sense as in Europe. So there has been a deal, and they have reached this agreement to send them to Iraq so that they can be judged by them and then taken over there, for around 2 decades, so that they would not be sent to France or Germany or England or other European countries. From my viewpoint, it's obvious that there has been a deal.
And as critics say, that is problematic because France, of course, European countries are opposed to the death penalty. It's almost certain that if they are convicted in Iraq, they will face the death penalty.
Yes, but, there is a kind of mutual understanding. They will not be sentenced to death penalty. They will be sentenced to long prison terms, perhaps, life imprisonment, but not death penalty. That's something, I think they have agreed upon. If they are sentenced to death penalty, then the French government might, try to get them back home. But I think this one too has been dealt with in a kind of mutual agreement.
And dealing with the fighters is one thing, but you've also got a lot of jihadi wives, and of course they're completely innocent children caught up in all of this as well. Do you think there are moves for them to be brought back to Europe?
I think children are totally innocent. They haven't done anything wrong. They find themselves over there because they were born there, So that in that case, it seems to me morally and legally acceptable to send them back to the country of the origin of their parents, so that these French ones should be sent to France and the others to the other European countries. That seems to me totally obvious in terms of, in legal and in moral terms.